What's going on, everybody? I'm here today to teach y'all how to drive a stick shift. I've been driving stick shift for about 7-8 years now, and I personally believe it's a lot easier than people think. It's a lot more that goes into it, of course, than an automatic, but once you get the hang of it, it's nothing. Okay, so the first thing you want to remember about driving a manual car is that unlike the automatic, there are 3 pedals instead of 2. The one on your right is your gas pedal, the middle is the brake, and that third pedal, which is the extra one, is your clutch, and that's what you'll use to shift gears. So the way that I learned how to start driving a stick shift was basically I started with the car off. Notice there's no key in the car yet, engine's not on. So I started with the car off, foot on the brake, foot on the clutch. Got them both pressed all the way in. And I took that and just moved from gear to gear with the car off, just so I can get a feel of where each gear is. I think that's the easiest way to learn how to shift gears before you even get on the road. Basically, once you turn the car on, this is the neutral position. So you can leave the car in neutral and take your foot off of the clutch and the car won't cut out. Just keep your foot on the brake and you'll be fine. So as you can see, my foot is off the clutch, but it's still on the brake. With a manual car, when your foot is off the clutch and off the brake, the car will roll, unless it's on a stationary plane. The car typically is going to roll, unlike an automatic. So in order to prevent that from happening while it's in neutral, like I said, you can take your foot off the clutch, but you have to keep your foot on that brake. That way the car will stay in place. Now when you're learning to drive, of course you want to start off in an area that's not heavily populated. So I'm in my neighborhood during the day where I know a lot of people aren't going to be driving around, or like an empty parking lot, something like that. Now when you start driving, you want to make sure that the car is in first gear. Can't pull off unless that car is in first gear. So it's in first gear, and what you want to do is you want to ease off of the clutch. Ease off the clutch, and you can kind of hear the engine a little bit. So you ease off of the clutch, and you'll see the car start to slightly roll. Get off the brake and give it a little gas. And then just like in an automatic, you'll hear the engine start to rev. That's when you take your time, get off the gas, push the clutch in, and switch gears. Then when you switch gears, you get back off the clutch, step on that gas again. So I'm in first gear, I'm on the clutch now, off the gas, pull it straight down to second gear, getting off the clutch, simultaneously stepping back on the gas to keep driving. We're in second gear. We're in second gear now, so same procedure, on the clutch, off the gas, up to third gear, back on the gas, off the clutch, and we're driving in third now. That's third gear. And the faster you get, the more you'll hear the engine rev. And you really are only, because this is a neighborhood, you can't really get to to fourth gear, or you shouldn't really get to fourth gear. But, and you won't really get to fifth gear unless you're on the highway or you just like to drive fast. But like I said, man, driving a stick shift ain't too hard. It really just takes practice, just like, anything else. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So that's pretty much how you drive a stick shift. Like I said, just practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So, just keep practicing in parking lots, empty parking lots, and secluded areas where you have space to really learn and get the hang of it before you get on the road.